gotta say goodbye for the summer. Baby, I promise you this, I'll send you all my love every day in a letter, sealed with a kiss.
These hoes keep calling, I ain't picking up.
Yeah,
These hoes keep calling, I ain't picking up.
yeah,
Told these hoes I'll be back around June.
round June.
Told these hoes I'll be back around June. Better yet, I changed my numbers for the whole winter.
Damn, it's so cold in the winter. What up? KC's Corner. I'm back up in this. You guys know how I do it. I'm glad to be on the airwaves with you, to be on your podcast, to be in your earbuds, to be on your iPads or wherever you listen to me. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to your boy on another episode of KC's Corner. Today, action-packed. A lot of things going on here. It's May 2nd. Friday, May 2nd is the day of recording this, and we're on the eve. First of all, we're on the eve of one of the great sports days ever. It happens like this a lot, thanks to Floyd Mayweather and what he's put together. The combination of Floyd Mayweather and the NBA playoffs and the Kentucky Derby has always been a match made in heaven the last couple of years. But I say we're on the eve of that. But Friday, the NBA playoffs are still taking center stage with a bunch of big game sixes. The first one, you got Brooklyn and Toronto. Brooklyn is at home trying to save their season down 3-2. That's going to be a tough one. I don't really know where that goes. I mean, everything says that Brooklyn should win, but we keep forgetting that Toronto leads the series first of all, and then had the better record in the regular season. Somebody needs to start paying attention to Toronto and start giving them a little respect. That man Kyle Lowry went crazy in Game 5. He made you take notice of him. So that may be a problem in Brooklyn. I see you, Aceberg Slim. That may be a problem, Brooklyn. The second game, we got San Antonio and Dallas. If San Antonio is up 3-2, they go to Dallas and try to finish them off. See what happens there. And then the last one, and one of the great series of all first rounds in recent memory. Portland at home against Houston, up 3-2, trying to close out the Houston Rockets. And that's going to be a great nightcap. It's going to be a phenomenal nightcap. I can't wait to see how that goes down. For the record, I think San Antonio is going to win their Game 6. I think Portland's going to win their Game 6. And I think Brooklyn will find a way to push it to Game 7. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I think that'll be the case. So we got that on Friday. And moving into Saturday's games, 3 Game 7s. I know there's been a couple times when we've had 2 Game 7s. I've never, that I can remember, I've never seen 3 Game 7s in one day. This is unreal. This is phenomenal. And they're all intriguing. They all are 50-50 games. You look at the Indiana Pacers at home to forcing the Game 7 with the win in Atlanta. They're back in Indiana. Game 7 against Atlanta, where Atlanta has just looked better all series long. All series long. Then normally you will look at a situation where, somehow, some way, the team with home court advantage loses the home court advantage and has to save their season in Game 6 on the road. And you look at it as looking at that as a de facto Game 7, where, if that underdog home team doesn't win that game, they're not going to win Game 7. And they look at it like, we can't get back on that plane whatsoever. This is the one we got to win. We don't have an extra game cushion. I think Portland may be in that situation. I don't know, though. I take that back, the way they've been playing. But you normally see it. You normally see it in these 7-game series. But Atlanta has just beat the crap out of Indiana all series long. Just because Indiana was able to force that Game 7, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, just a couple of days ago in a Game 5, they were down 30 points to Atlanta. 30 damn points. Are you kidding me? To Atlanta at home. So this game can go either way. I mean, that's the intrigue of it. That's what makes it so spectacular. Is all three games are like this. Same thing with Memphis and Oklahoma City. I felt before Game 6, Memphis had pretty much outplayed Oklahoma City the entire series except for the first half of Game 1. And then Oklahoma City, after getting that ridiculous, erroneous report in the Oklahoma City newspaper, led by Kevin Durant, just mopped the floor with Memphis in a closeout situation. So I don't know what's going to happen in Game 7 because I really believe Memphis is not afraid of a Game 7 in Oklahoma City. They're not afraid of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they're not worried about going to Oklahoma City. But if you're the Thunder, you're looking at it as, okay, we got that when we need it. We're coming back home. We're going to close this thing out. Kevin Durant got his legs under him. That crowd's going to be crazy. It's going to be a great scene in OKC for that Game 7. It's going to be phenomenal. And then you got the nightcap. The Los Angeles Clippers couldn't close out the Golden State Warriors in a Game 6 up in Oakland. And the Warriors force a Game 7 in a phenomenal series. We're still in a situation where all but 2 of these 8 first-round series can go Game 7. That's crazy. That is crazy. I've never seen a playoffs like this before. It's been phenomenal to watch. It's been an absolute joy to watch. And, for my official predictions on it, I think Indiana finds a way to win Game 7 at home. All right, I got them winning. This run is really 50-50, but I think Oklahoma City wins their Game 7 in Oklahoma City over Memphis. And I think the Clippers find a way to win at home in a Game 7. And Staples is actually going to be rocking. Like Clippers Staples games get loud. Not really Lakers games. I've only seen a handful of Laker games at Staples get really rambunctious. But the Clippers games get rowdy, and I think it's going to be rowdy inside there for a Game 7. And I think the Clippers will find a way to win a close game against the Warriors. I think all the games are going to be competitive, just like all games have been all postseason for the most part. So I think it's going to be 3 very good, very tightly contested Game 7s. And I got Indiana, Oklahoma City, and the Clippers moving on and advancing. Sorry, Dub fans. You guys that listen to me might be a little upset. I'm sorry. But the reason why I wanted to have this podcast in the first place is we've got the Michael Jordan of his sport, the Kobe Bryant, the Bill Russell, the Wilt Chamberlain, the all-time iconic figure, Floyd Money Mayweather, fighting this Saturday night against Marcos Maidana in Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand. I say all that at the beginning because it's true. I know Floyd is a little bipolar. Sometimes he can be the nicest guy in the world. Sometimes he can be an absolute jerk. And I understand how that rubs people the wrong way. And it makes it a little less enjoyable to root for him to win, or maybe makes it even more fun to see him possibly one day get a taste of humble pie. But make no bones about it, Floyd Mayweather is an all-timer. He's a one-of-one. What you're watching right now is greatness in Floyd Mayweather. You're watching a Muhammad Ali type, a Joe Louis type, a Sugar Ray Leonard type. You're watching the guy that transcends the sport in his generation. He is a Michael Jordan type figure in boxing, a Kobe Bryant, a Magic Johnson, a Larry Bird. And I'm not talking about personality and all that other stuff. I'm talking about what the man does in his sport. He is, like I just told you, one of the all-time greats you will ever see. You need to enjoy that. You need to relish in that. And he's fighting this Saturday against Marcos Maidana. And you know what? I gotta condemn myself a little bit because I'm a huge boxing fan, a humongous boxing fan. And I haven't given boxing its just due on the KC's Corner podcast. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I got caught up in the NFL season with the 49ers run, and that was a lot of my focus. Done a couple things about the NBA. Done a couple things about, my Sacramento Kings, and a couple of different podcasts where I had a forum. But I haven't really addressed the game of boxing the way I should have, and it upsets me. It disappoints me because, Kenny, you're better than that, damn it. You love the sweet science. And you need to give it its proper respect. Since people are always saying boxing is dead, I always say one person at a time. I'm going to resurrect that mother lover because, I'm keeping it G-rated because, I like the kids to be able to listen to it. So I'm resurrecting the sport of boxing one person at a time, even though it's not even dead. If you listen to historians, you listen to people talk about and you read old clips, boxing has been dying since 1950, 1960. It's still here. It's not going anywhere. And I just wanted to make sure I did my part to make sure people are aware of what the sweet science is doing and how they're doing. So I'm a little frustrated that I haven't been able to do that. I'm going to do it more in the future. And I wanted to start it today because anytime Floyd Mayweather has a fight, it's an event. It's an event. It's no longer just a sporting event. It's an event. It's a mini Super Bowl almost. When him or even Pacquiao on a smaller scale have a fight. Like I said earlier, this weekend he's fighting Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana got this fight after beating Little Floyd protege Adrian Broner in a fight in December, I think it was. And he took it to Broner. He knocked him down. Broner was moving up. I think a combination of the fact that Maidana is really good, the fact that Broner wasn't necessarily ready for that weight class, and the fact that he wasn't ready for a puncher like Maidana at that weight class, all factored into Maidana winning a unanimous decision, a well-deserved unanimous decision, knocked down Broner twice, and hitting the lottery, hitting the jackpot, getting a Floyd Mayweather fight, and getting the national notoriety, getting the financial salary for the fight that all the fighters are looking for right now. I've seen Maidana fight a couple times. I saw him in the Amir Khan fight where he lost to Amir Khan, but came on at the end of the fight furiously and almost knocked out Khan and stole the win. That Khan had the fight in hand the entire time, and Maidana just came out and almost stole that fight. It was a great fight to watch, very suspenseful. I also seen him against Victor Ortiz, where he basically made Victor Ortiz quit. I think he was knocked down earlier in the fight once or twice. He didn't stop. He came right back, knocked down Victor a couple times, and basically had Victor saying no mas. Unbelievable. This is when Victor was at the height of his popularity, probably. He was a young up-and-comer. He was looked at as the next Oscar De La Hoya, and Maidana shut that down right then and there. And then you got, obviously, like I talked about earlier, his fight with Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner looked at his next Floyd Mayweather, and Maidana went in there and handled him, tossed him around like a rag doll. So I say all that to say this is a legit opponent. You can't take Marcos Maidana lightly. The one thing that I've seen from him in his fights is he believes in his power. And whether he's up on the scorecards or whether he needs a Hail Mary, he believes in his power and he's not afraid to unleash it. I don't think he'll be able to do that this weekend, this Saturday night against a fighter like Floyd Mayweather. One of the reasons why I talk about how great he is because the man works hard. You see all the flashy things, all the jewelry, all the houses, the cars, the women, all the other nonsense. Don't let it fool you. This man works his ass off. And he prepares himself like no other in the game. He'll be ready for Marcos Maidana. And he'll be ready to defend Marcos Maidana perfectly. I look at this as being a little bit like the fight that he had with Juan Manuel Marquez a few years back, where it was just plainly obvious Marquez was simply not fast enough and not big enough to even think about competing with Floyd Mayweather. I see Floyd just knocking off Maidana and picking him apart when Maidana comes in recklessly and with his head down, trying to quote-unquote bring the fight to Floyd. You don't bring the fight to Floyd. You have to be ready to fight Floyd. All right? And I actually see Floyd getting a 10th round TKO. He's going to hurt Maidana because Maidana is going to come in so reckless so many times. He's going to hurt him. Kind of like he did Ricky Hatton when he fought Ricky Hatton, where Hatton was just so engulfed in the idea of trying to bring this fight to Floyd, where he just said, screw my own defense. I'm going to come in head first and swing for the fences. You can't do that against Floyd Mayweather. He's going to pick him apart. And as good as Maidana is, I'm not giving him much of a chance at all. Matter of fact, let me stop sugarcoating it. I respect the sport of boxing. I respect anybody that steps into that ring, and you always have a puncher chance. But I'm going to tell you right now, he don't have a chance in hell of beating Floyd Mayweather on Saturday night. This is just not the type of guy that's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. You're not going to hope to catch him with one shot, one money shot. That's not it. If you're going to beat Floyd Mayweather, you need to have speed and power. And the only person he's fought that has comparable speed is a fight he had with Zab Judah, where Zab was getting with him. I always reference this back when people say, how do you beat Floyd? It's easy, but it's not easy. You need somebody with the same speed and maybe just as enough, if not more power than Floyd, to box him. You're not going to brawl him to death. You've got to box him, and you've got to be just as fast as him. And whenever I talk about that, I bring up the Zab Judah fight, where Zab Judah, for 6 rounds, was getting with Floyd Mayweather. It was an even fight almost. I mean, it was right there. Zab was hitting him, Zab was connecting, and Zab was making a fight. The thing about that was Zab Judah didn't have the mental capability to stay into the pressure situation of a Floyd Mayweather fight. And he just lost his mind. They had to brawl and cheap shots and all that, and Floyd dissected him in the second half of the fight. But that's how you beat Floyd Mayweather, not going in and bringing the fight to Floyd. No, he'll eat you up for lunch, and he'll do that same thing with Marcus Maidana this Saturday. A couple of other things I like about this fight is the undercard. You've got main eventers on the undercard, starting with my man, and yes, I am part of that band camp because I like the kid, Adrian Broner. Adrian the Problem Broner is on the undercard. He's facing, forgot the guy's first name, I think it's Carlos Molina. He's facing Carlos Molina, excuse me for not having the first name in front of me. He's going to fight him, trying to bounce back from the loss he suffered to Marcos Maidana, the first of his career. He's going to try and bounce back. It's glad to see him on the undercard. And then you've got a guy who was supposed to be possibly facing Floyd on Saturday, but things didn't really work out. Now he's looking to possibly get a fight in September with Floyd, and that's Amir King Kong going up against, I forgot this guy's first name too, but Collazo. Who I think this is the same dude who came off the knockout of Victor Ortiz a few months ago. So, great undercard. I want to see Amir Khan's chin. That's always going to be in question. I've seen him rock too many times, so you want to see how his chin holds up against somebody with a little bit of pop, the way Collazo does. And I want to see Adrian Broner and how he responds. He should beat Molina, but Molina's not no punk. All right, he's going to have to come ready to fight, and if he's not ready, he's going to have a long road ahead of him. I want to see him win. I want to see him get back on track, and I want to see how that goes. So it's going to be a great night of fighting. It's going to be a great night for sports fans, period. The Lakers, definitely not the Lakers. Don't get it twisted. Definitely not the Lakers game is not on at the same time as the Floyd Mayweather fight. The Clippers and the Warriors game starts at 7:30, which means around maybe halftime of that game is when the Floyd fight might start, maybe a little bit into the third quarter. So that's going to be interesting. You got Indiana and them starting at 2:30. This is going to be jam-packed. It's going to be a great day of sports, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I hope you guys do too. Remember, if you're going out this weekend to watch the games, watch the fight at a bar or something, please be safe. No drinking and driving. No texting and driving. They got Uber. They got all these other car services. Call a friend. Hell, call me. I might pick you up. You know what I'm saying? Just shoot me the gas money. But I want everybody to be safe and to enjoy this weekend, this unbelievable weekend. Just to recap, I got Brooklyn pushing it to 7. San Antonio winning in 6. I got Portland winning in 6. Indiana winning in Game 7. I got Oklahoma City winning Game 7, and I've got the Clippers winning in Game 7. I've got Floyd Money Mayweather handling it, easy business. Amir King Kong and Adrian Broner will also win. And if I knew a horse in the Kentucky Derby, I would pick one of those for you, but I don't. That's all the time I have for you guys. You guys be good. 100. Peace!
How you been? Hot summer, hotter than I'm like some bitch stringing me along like a violin. She was too busy hosting on Instagram posting hashtag no filter, aka hoe filter, with the innocent face, but you so guilty. Now I'ma take her in like a whole shelter when there's a few niggas that I know killed her.